Welcome back to Astrological Tarot. And yeah, I figured it might be nice to have a little bit of sage to start this one off. Energies are pretty high, as we're all well aware. Sending out love, light, and truth, and the pursuit of it to all. So, here's another big report. We are dealing with a lunar eclipse. And lunar eclipses in general, can trigger fated events. But this one, it's not so much the eclipse that's of concern in this moment. It is the moon square to Mars. So we're dealing with some very intense energies. I would anticipate that that this June will be probably one of the most intense months that we've had in decades. So, as I advise to many of my friends, make sure you have your helmet on this weekend, because it's going to be a doozy. I mean, who knows what's going to happen, really. But it's definitely a time to not give in to impulses, especially when we're feeling triggered by something. So, before I get too deep into the details on the eclipse, I'm going to get a little business stuff out of the way. I do offer private readings, and so I've just finished making a little flyer, which I've posted on Astrological Tarot on Facebook, so you can see it there for quick reference. But basically what I'm offering is I'm offering a one question 30-minute in-depth tarot reading. That will be for $35. And then if you want to go a little bit more into your situation, or if you have a few things you want to take a look at, then I would recommend that we do the multiple question 60-minute reading, which a lot of the times they go more. Now, I can do those live, or I can also record them and send you a link online where you can look at them yourself and possibly opt for them for download. I'm still kind of working that out, but at any rate, I do have a space to send you a link at this time, and I'll give you more details about that once you message me. And then my third little itty bitty reading option is the I Need a Sign 3-card reading, and that is recorded only. So what I would do is email you a photo of the spread in terms of the cards that I laid out, and then a quick little voicemail or voice memo file for your use to refer to. So then also I would like to direct you to the Venus retrograde, Venus RX, for each sign, the reports that I did for each sign a little over a week ago. Those reports are going to be relevant for May, June, and July. And also a handy reference for your hindsight is 2020 kind of thing as we move into the late summer and early fall, because we've got a lot of aspects that are triggering significant changes, because we have moved into a new chapter and we're creating a paradigm that we have no point of reference for. So things are happening, we're not really seeing them coming because we're not familiar with the dynamics of this new paradigm. So Let me see, did I get all the business over with? And then also, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so that when I do get videos up, you are notified right away. And so, yeah, let's get to the general astrological themes for this lunar eclipse. So, this lunar eclipse is in Sagittarius, and because it's square Mars, the dynamics are around love and hate. So, and, you know, all manner of extremes in this respect. So, it's a classic kind of dynamic where you really have to ask yourself, which wolf am I going to feed? There will be things that will poke you, that will trigger you. And so if you don't want to be caught up with a huge mess of details to have to work out when throughout the rest of the summer, when you really wanted to have your eye on other things, then I suggest you really rein yourself in. We all need to take a pause, take a breath, and know without a doubt that we see the way that we're heading clearly before we act. Most of the planets are in retrograde or in some stage of it, and Mercury retrograde is right around the corner, folks. So, you know, with all the action that we've seen so far, it's really best to be paying attention and put your helmet on. What this is also leading us into is we have a solar eclipse later in the month, and that will be, what is that solar eclipse going to be in? I believe it's is it Cancer? Yes, it's going to be Cancer. If I'm wrong, I will correct myself. And that's going to be based on our issues around freedoms and restriction. So I think that we're already seeing a lot of those themes that are playing out, and here at this time we're looking for sort of the culmination or the climax that does bring clarity and opens up a whole new path for many of us. One of the things that I've been finding that I've been advising my clients of so far is that when we feel like we're in this vice grip and the options are not clear, and we find that we're actually attached to a particular outcome of our situation, I recommend that you find a way to surrender without it having to mean failure or death. So, as with all of my readings, I like to play with perspective, and I invite you to join me as I provide you with the context of astrology to then create yet another story with finer details in time and space with the tarot. So, here's the deal. Aquarius, this eclipse is falling in your 11th house of friends and community. So the kinds of things that you might find occur around this eclipse is a testing of your friendships and your place in the community. But it can also involve a major event around a child or partner, romantic partner. So that may change things up a bit. So let's take a look at the cards for you, Aquarius, for this eclipse in Sagittarius. Lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the surrounding energies. Ooh, it's all about you. Look at you sitting there on the star card. Okay. Well, that doesn't need much clarification. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Hermit, could be dealing with a Virgo, and the Nine of Wands. Okay, so Aquarius, let's see what we have here. With the Queen of Pentacles, there could have been an earth sign that you were involved with in the past, a friend or a partner. It could also be your mom. But I'm sensing that this woman, or this earth sign from your past, somebody who's really nurturing, and very attentive, not terribly emotional, but, you know, attentive, let's say. And now at this point for you, Aquarius, is that, you know, you're in a period of reflection and enlightenment. You also could be dealing with isolation and you may be really exhausted by it. So so let's get some clarifying cards around this. For the Queen of Pentacles, let's get a couple of cards for the Queen of Pentacles. There we go. 1, 2, there we go. And let's lay down a couple of cards for the Hermit. Okay, and then another 2 for the 9 of Wands. There we go. 1 and 2. All right, we'll take a look at the surrounding energies afterwards. So, for the Queen of Pentacles, we have the 9 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. So this could be a Virgo that is part of your world. But I'm thinking, oh, pardon me. This also could be you kind of having achieved this comfortably solo status in your life. Things have probably been moving very quickly. Travel, you know, just moving and a shaking kind of thing. And then for the Hermit, you've got the Moon and the 9 of Cups. So I'm going to caution you, Aquarius, probably not a good idea to drink for this lunar eclipse. I think this is really more about introspection, and, you know, really pondering what would your wish come true look like, you know? Yeah, so let's see what's happening. Oh, my goodness gracious. Okay, so for the 9 of Wands, we have the 10 of Swords and the Justice card, clarifying. So there may be something that happens around this lunar eclipse that, like, if you do drink too much kind of thing, you're going to wake up in the morning and just go like, oh, what did I do? Or, you know, maybe you just kind of, you know, got goofy and, you know, kind of was the court jester, and it rubbed somebody the wrong way. And, you know, it's almost like a bit of like social awkwardness I'm kind of picking up on. And, but in a weird way, the result of the situation, you know, brings kind of a sense of justice to it. It also could be, it could also be that you're communicating with a Libra with the Justice card. But let's take a look at the surrounding energies. And you've got the King of Wands. So, King of Wands. So that could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Or it could be, you know, about somebody really kind of bright and shiny, like really good looking. You know, this also could be, you know, a wish coming true, like that something sudden does happen with a partner. But it's like, it's a situation that is justice, but after a very, very, very long journey. So, let's take a look at the Lenormand and see what we have for you. We have the dog. So, loyalty. These could be issues around loyalty within your friendships. And in your partnerships. And money. So, yeah. I would say take it easy. Don't be partying too much. Certainly don't drink too much. Wear a helmet like everybody else. And we'll see you again, Aquarius.